6 of them would give you a 12-volt battery. 200 BC. Taken out, and what did the Egyptians want with that? And why did the Egyptian pharaohs want to take that with them? I've got some answers for you here real soon. Some more. The Nwtn hand axe. I have one on display up here. I'll show you one that was made by one of the members of my team that isn't with us right now. But, I mean, she did a pretty good job for the first time. I think there's a little bit of knuckle dragger in her, and I was very proud of her. Now, if she were here, she'd be embarrassed and hate me for a while, but I think she likes it. Okay, this is what they kind of look like. The Nwtn hand axe was called a hand axe. The evolutionists saw these, and they come anywhere from a couple inches up to 1 foot in size, and they can be extremely ornate and very precise, or they can be kind of crude. The interesting thing about them is they look kind of like an almond. They are bigger on the top and the bottom. They tapered down, but they came to a sharp edge all the way around. And this one, they should come right to a point, knife point, sharp edge all the way around. Look like an almond. Okay. And that was supposed to be what the evolutionists said was a hand axe. The primitive man would go and find a nut, and he would grunt the word nut. And then he would bring the nut over and place it on a rock and take this thing and just smash that nut so he could eat the nut. And then he'd get another one and smash the nut. There's a primitive man here. Let me tell you something about this. Eileen, let's see if I've got, this is a picture of it here. The one that we have is tapering down. This one isn't finished. If I got one that was really nice and finished, we'd have to take up 4 or 5, maybe 6 more passing the bucket. Thank you for what you gave us. I really appreciate it too. Very expensive. So I got the El Cheapo. But it's kind of, this was made by a post-Diluvian, okay? And Eileen O'Brien was an evolutionist, anthropologist, student at the University of Georgia. In 1984, she examines these and she decides maybe they aren't nutcrackers. So she goes to the University of Georgia athletic department and she gets these guys that are out there, and I think she was kind of cute. I don't have a picture of her, but these guys did a lot for her, you know, and I'm sure she couldn't pay them, so they must have been, yeah, we'll do that for you, little girl. And she went to the discus throwers. Now think of this. You know, the spear throwers, the javelin guys, there's a reason for running, for wrestling, for jumping, for... What is the reason for discus throwing? I mean, is there any reason to throw a disc? I don't see any reason other than, perhaps, it's just me saying this, but perhaps it comes from this. Because she got the discus throwers to hold this thing, and they started in, and as they worked on this over a period of just a few days, they found that they could throw this disc, this almond, they could throw this thing 100 feet on an average and be within a couple feet of accuracy, and that 70%, it's 93% of the time, this thing flies up to the air, and it doesn't come right down like this. It flies up to the air, and it turns and comes straight down. Always comes straight down. 93% of the time, if they threw it right, it would land on one of its sharp edges. 70% of the time, these guys can get it to land point first. You find these around lakes, dry lakes now, or lakes. When the lake dries, you find these, and now it makes sense. This was a very aerodynamic, complicated weapon made by post-Diluvians and set up so that you could have 3, 4 guys come out, wait until the animal comes up to take a drink of water, and it ready, and you throw it, and if you have 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 of these guys, they land, and they hit that animal, it's a dead animal. Okay? And they got very accurate with these, I'm sure, because these athletes only used these for a couple days. They didn't practice a long time. This was a weapon, and she got herself her master's degree, and she's doing very well now for what she had come up with. It's not a nutcracker. But you see, if your bias is that the people were stupid at that time, then you're going to think of something stupid they're doing with it. In actuality, these are smart people doing something smart with their stones. If you got off the ark, you can't go to the hardware shop. You can't go down. You can't find the things that you're accustomed to finding. So what do? You use your noodle, and you make things. You make clothes out of animals. Okay, you didn't do that because you think it's a statement of how good you are. You did it because you're cold, and because the new sun out there burns your skin. And the consequence of that is that you're not getting the right diet. You're vitamin deficient, but yet you're smart, and you can make these things, and they're temporary. It's temporary until the culture starts to grow back up. Till 8 people become 16, before 16 becomes 164, and you start dividing and growing. And all the information from the other side is shared to all of these people that are here. Next. Next. Pierre Rees map. How many of you have ever heard of Renaissance